the downward pressure on oil prices still remains immense. What has turned dramatically in terms of market sentiment, especially this week, and part of that reason was why you saw those negative prices and a further tumble to 18-year lows in both Brent and WTI, is that the demand sentiment has turned much more negative because of the continuing lockdowns, and countries that have even found the so-called flattening of the curve or the peak of the pandemic are being extremely cautious. A lot of countries are seeing some sort of a resurgence in infection rates and so on. So essentially what we have is a picture of a world that doesn't know its way out of this pandemic and associated lockdowns. So, earlier it was thought that April would perhaps be the worst of the demand, and it'll start creeping up in May. But increasingly now, I think May is starting to look quite a lot like April.
Follow suit? Do you think the future looks bleak? Because, like you pointed out, earlier the view was May is going to look bad. Now they're saying, okay, Q2 might be bad, Q2 might be a washout, but you can't have zero demand forever. And also with some production shutdowns coming in, the market has to rebalance and see some stability into the second half. Your sense?
So the production shutdowns are a very interesting element indeed. Also the fact that they are due to start from the 1st of May. Now, we have had some Saudi Arabia and some OPEC members say that we're going to start shutting down or curbing output now, much before May, but that's not really giving much of a relief to the market. And then again, the fact remains that it's going to be less than 10 million barrels. And if you really crunch the numbers, it's probably going to be about 8.5 million barrels versus what they were pumping in March. So, the fact remains that OPEC, non-OPEC, the best of their efforts, 100% compliance is probably going to remove just about a third of the demand destruction. And assuming, of course, the demand destruction remains the same in May, or more or less the same as this month. So it's not looking very good in terms of rebalancing the oil market.